Welcome back. We're going to call you analysts today because analysts are what people who do calculus are called. And we're not doing real calculus yet, but we're building up to it. So Precalc with the subtitle of analyst. We skipped 7.3 because we're going to hit it again in the next chapter. Today we get 11 minutes of discussion, hopefully discussion and not just lecture, covering 7.4, which we are going to be focusing on partial fractions. All right, Huggins, if you're okay with fractions, just so you know, if you want to hustle real quick to go pee, I'm okay with it. Okay, looking at this, we know how to add fractions, I think. I'm going to check real quick, and this is just kind of jumping in. It's like the preface before it. I want you guys to add for me the following. I want you to do 2 over x minus 3, minus, and I guess we're going to subtract, but that's just adding a negative, 1 over x plus 2. And I want you to tell me what this is. Talk it out with your neighbors. I'm going to add the negative, yeah. I could have written subtract. And just in case you don't want to, you can just keep it as add, that's fine, adding a negative. Add the negative, weird. I'm just going to keep it add, whatever, I don't care. Okay, add those up. Riley, pause the video now, and you can resume. First of all, real quick, I assume Riley's watching this afternoon. Raiders did what this morning? Yeah! Good job. All right, cool. Add that. Riley, add that as well. Pause it. You'll see the solution in 3, 2, 1. Hopefully this is what you've come up with. I'm going to erase it temporarily. Let's just check it out. To add fractions. And I'm going to leave that equals because I'm going to save some space. I lied. I can copy. Look at this. Gosh, the value. Okay. I'm going to leave an awkward space here and we'll do equals. We need to have a what to add fractions? So it's a weird way to think about it if I ask what's the first thing that x minus 3 and x plus 2 go into. But I appreciate the fact that you all said just a common denominator rather than necessarily the least common. It doesn't have to be the smallest. It works nicely. I guarantee that I can find one that these both go into. This one has an x minus 3, but it's missing the what? It's missing the x plus 2. There's my clever choice of 1. This has an x plus 2, but it's missing the x minus 3. Okay, when I do these, and when you do these moving forward, here's what I'd like you to do. I'm not going to FOIL it out yet. We will. I'm going to keep this underneath as just x plus 2. I know it's a single denominator now that consists of these. Up top, this one becomes 2x plus 4. Minus, and I'm going to use parentheses so I don't get goofed up. This one becomes what when I distribute? And I'm going too fast. I can already feel it because people are trying to listen and look and write at the same time.
Why did you pick to do the negative and positive? You wanted both to be negative?
What do you mean?
You multiplied by x minus 3 on the other
Yep,
side.
because this has an x minus 3 here, and this one has an x plus 2. So I just look at it and say, oh, this has this one, so I just need the x plus 2. This already has the x plus 2, so it needs the x minus 3. Good question. Okay. Everybody all right if I say x minus 3 here? Okay, I'm going to do one big step to clean it up. This is going to be 2x minus x when I do the distribution, which is just x, and that's a 4 plus 3. That's x plus 7. Over, I'm going to FOIL this out. We get x squared minus 3x plus 2x is minus x minus 6, and we're there. Okay. Question? Go ahead. Yep, because what happens when you minus a negative 3? Yep. Cool. Now, this is not really the analysis level of this problem, right? This is no different than just adding fractions. It's just a little bit more multiplication needed to find your common denominator. I want to flip this question around, though. And we're going to do it first with numbers. And I want you to come up with a couple that do this. So we're going to flip it. Find numbers, and they're going to be rational numbers. So I'm going to put Q such that this first number A, whatever it is, plus the second number B, whatever it is, equals, I don't know, 5/13. Here's my one rule, and I'm going to change that to 5/12. Sorry. My only rule, it can't just be 4/12 plus 1/12. I want you to find two different denominators for me. A and B need to be two fractions with different denominators. That's the goal right now. So I might have already given away the answer unintentionally. At least an answer. Now, these are a little bit nicer. There's kind of a, I wouldn't say cheater, but it's going to feel like cheating. There's like a bunch of them that work. 1/12, and I told you not to do this, but I'll show you the loophole that I left open. Do you guys agree that's 5/12? 1/12 plus 4/12? I'll pick a better color. Could I do 3/12 plus 2/12, and that does the same thing? And there's a lot of them, right? But I broke the rules, it seems. Unless I didn't, and we say, oh, it's 1/12 plus 1/3. That does it. Or we could say it's 1/4 plus 1/6. That also does it. And we can change these as many different ways as we want. Like, we're really not as many as we want because we're limited. Okay. Does that problem feel a little harder? Maybe not, especially with numbers. Here's what we're going to do. What if, and this is the big leading question for, I thought we'd get to it today, so Huggins, I'm sorry. But let's check it out. I want you to do one more for me. This is example 1, I suppose, and we'll just call this example 2 right here, that I want you to play around with. This time I want you to find me 2 of these that add up to this. So A plus B we'll do. A plus B equals, oh yeah, this looks natural. X plus 8 over, sorry, x squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay, here's the rule. We have only like 45 seconds left in class. 5 minutes, I don't want you to check your book. I don't want you to Google it. I want to see 5 minutes of nonsense math, you playing around with this to see if you can figure it out. If you can't in 5 minutes, I'm cool with it. I just want to see evidence that you've tried something and failed or succeeded. Cool. You guys can pack up and get ready to peace out. Tomorrow, our main lesson is how do we find these numbers. If you do it tonight, that's awesome. Maybe. Probably something to do with it. Cool. 5 minutes maximum. Ticket chill tonight so that you all can go listen to the band concert, 7 p.m. Later, raters.
See you later, Holloway.
In a while, Huggins.